Hello, coming back to Skyblock now that Aura is here and gives everyone an insane boost in skill XP, magic find and RNG meter. Here's a short summary of every important update since 2022. Do take note that this video isn't meant to be a tutorial on each update, however I will list some gear recommendations for a couple areas. The Crimson Isles, a massive new island replacing the old Nether Island. Accessible from combat level 22, you can join one of two factions after starting the quest from L. Later on in the quest, you can also gain access to Kudra. You'll find out what that is when the time comes. Before coming here, I would recommend you to have at least a strong dragon set, either an AOTD or a liver dagger, at least 500 magical power, and either a legendary tiger, lion, or wither skeleton pet. The Hex is the one place for all your upgrades. It allows you to apply every single modifier an item can have directly inside its menu. Enchantments, ultimate enchantments, all the books, modifiers, reforges, and gemstones. If you have a booster cookie, you can do /hex from anywhere. If you don't, the hex is in the hub. The Jerry's Island revamp. There are two new sea creatures, the Nutcracker and the Raindrake, an icy cave with goodies in its walls, which is a good place to get ice from, and a new shop with an accessory line which is only purchasable in December. With some other goodies, such as a best in slot fishing pet on the Jerry's Island, with some other nice things. The Garden, a private island for all of your farming needs. To access it, talk to the stranger NPC on your island, which should spawn next to your hub portal structure. If not, look at the coordinates in chat. You will, every time you visit your private island, you will have a chat message that someone has visited your island. The Rift is a mirror dimension in the hub. It has a unique progression that is not tied to your main game progression for most of the time. To access it, you need enchanting level 12. It's on the top of this tower. To go through it, you have to talk to the wizard, which is now replaced by Wizard's Assistant, because I finished the Rift, to gain access to the Rift for the first time. Once you're inside, progress might be slow at first, but you get more Rift time the further you progress. If you're stuck, or don't know what to do in a certain area, talk to the wizard here, and he'll tell you what to do in certain areas. Or if you're outside the tower, you can also go into the Rift Guide in your Skyblock menu. The Glacite Tunnels are accessible from Heart of the Mountain 7 and is a late game mining area where you can find Umber, Tungsten, and Glacite, and 4 more gemstone types: Peridot, Onyx, Aquamarine, and Citrine. While mining in the tunnels, you may encounter a mine shaft. The type of shaft is mostly random, but has a higher chance of spawning a shaft of the material you mined as the portal spawned. There's a lot of stuff in the tunnels, so I'd recommend taking a look at the wiki in the description. Recommended gear for this area is a full Divan set with most, if not all, perfect gemstones, and at least a titanium drill 655. However, you can go in there with a budget gear, a Zoro set with flawless gemstones, and a great gemstone gauntlet. However, this is not recommended since you'll be very slow to mine all the new things inside the tunnels. The Backwater Bayou, released on March 18th, is a low to high level fishing island with new sea creatures and a new fishing mechanic called hotspot fishing, which you gain access to from talking to Harry, which also have their own special sea creatures. This update also reworked how fishing rods work, now having similar upgrades to the mining drills, with a hook, line, and sinker. Talk to this guy to find out more. And now for the maybe biggest update, the Foraging update. Yes, you heard that right. The Foraging update is actually real, and it got released. Kind of. Currently only the first island of Galatea is out, which you gain access from doing the 5 mini quests on the Park Island, and after finishing the last one, you can travel to Galatea. To be able to visit the park and Galatea, you need to play on Minecraft version 1.21.8 or newer. It is generally highly recommended to switch to the modern version now, since most of the popular mods have updated to the modern versions as well. If you need help with setting up mods for the newer version, let me know and I may make a tutorial on that. Anyway, to access Galatea, you need Foraging 12, and once here, talk to Hina. She will give you the Heart of the Forest, and also a couple chapters for the Moonglade Marsh, which is the name of the first island of Galatea. It is divided in 7 chapters, and it is a great tutorial for this island. You can also talk to this NPC, which will teach you the newest skill, hunting. I recommend a tree capitator and an ocelot pet, which is optional for the extra foraging wisdom. And I want 1.5 million coins for various NPC purchases. On July 22nd, Spider Tier 5 got released, with all tiers of Spider Slayer having different abilities now. On October 15th, the Dungeon Hub got a revamp in its design. They released the Dungeonbreaker, which replaces the old stonking mechanics from 1.8.9, which you can buy from Ophelia for 500 Wither Essence. And there's also a new perk in the Wither Essence shop for the Dungeonbreaker. Some of Skyblock's content already had a pity system of some sort, but now it's viewable from doing /pity if you have a cookie buff active. On the Crimson Isle, you can see your current pity on gold and diamond, which was in the game before, but now it's actually visible. They added a pity for Spaceman. They've added the Glacite Mineshaft pity to the tab menu and into here. They have added pity for the Hoppity's Hunt event and pity counters for the various fish items you can get in Galatea, which are required to finishing the chapters. A ton of things now have increased NPC sale prices. There's a lot, too much for this video, but I'll leave a list in the description. And those are the most important major updates that have released since 2022. Thanks for watching. If you want, you can like and subscribe. Please. Please like and subscribe. Please,